Hello and welcome back to the Diary of a Cartoonist, where we once again find me out in the middle of nowhere. The last time I spoke to you, it was from a woodland that was given to me by my parents. I'd like to say that this is from Wales, which my parents also gave me, but they didn't, because they can't. And anyway, it's a lovely area. It's about a 5-minute drive from my house. And if you listen, absolute peace and quiet, not a sound. Very good when you're trying to think of things. So it's a good place to come to work out ideas, jokes, gags, just like I do in the woodland, and also the YouTube videos. So what's today's YouTube video about? Well, I'm glad you asked. So what I'll be doing in this particular video has 2 points. The first of all is I'm going to be recreating my all-time favourite scene from the Marvel universe, and that was the point when, well, I'll be showing here whilst I'm talking, that point when Hulk thwacked Thor. They were on top of some creature they just vanquished, and it was just a wonderful moment of animation and impact. Perfect. And the other point is I'm getting asked a lot lately about how to portray movement with dust clouds, or how to do impact with the impact images, you know, the sort of zigzaggy lines that come around. Now, I don't use them all the time, but sometimes they just work perfectly. So I'm going to use this image of Hulk, Thor disappearing, but you not actually seeing him leave, but give the impression that you know he was there. Confused? You won't be at the end of the video. So that is basically what the video is all about. But I'd like to make another point, which is this. There are so many different ways to show impact, to show dust clouds, to show movement, to show action. And initially I was going to do one full video, because I always say, if you've got anything you'd like me to do, leave a comment in the description below and I'll do it. And I fully intended to do a video just on that. But like I say, it's a big old subject. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing videos from time to time that portray a certain point of action or point of impact or what have you, and we'll do it that way. So we get one picture, you get more than one video, and it'll go into a playlist. So if you ever come along and think, how do you do all the action stuff, well, it'll be in that playlist. Happy with that? Good. So should we go and see if we can mess this one up? Let's do that. Hello and welcome back to the Cartoonist studio and the Diary of a Cartoonist. Well, here we go. We're going to draw the Hulk. Now, I'm not going to draw it in the Marvel way, because I'm not a Marvel artist. I'm a cartoonist. So I'm going to draw the Hulk as a cartoon character. Now, I used to read the Marvel comics when I was a kid. Loved them. And they brought out once, briefly, this cartoon, this comic sign. I don't know what it's called. It's called Brand Yuck or Ook or something like that. Anyway, and I absolutely loved that. And they didn't do many of them. They did a few, and then they stopped. I don't know what the reasons were. I have no idea. They probably had their reasons. I should imagine it was something very corporate, like not making enough money or something stupid like that. But I loved it, and it was all comedy, you know. Like the one thing I can always remember from it, was it was a Thor parody, and he'd come in, and I think he tripped up or something, and they took the mickey out of the way that he speaks classically. So he'd come down and sort of said, "Oopsies." that was brilliant. Yes, there you go. You see. You thought it was too, didn't you? So, right, so we're going to draw Hulk, start off. I'd do the whole body before I'd concentrate too much on sort of facial expressions, but in this particular time I just wanted to get his face right. So there we go. This one should be a bit of a shorter video. They've been very long lately, and
YouTube goes into all kinds of panics and breakdowns if things are too long because people aren't watching them enough. And it's all down to sort of viewing time and things like that. So, yeah, now I've got you notice the eyes are just looking sort of, well, they're not looking anywhere. They're kind of looking at you, but they're not really. It's almost like he's in a little. He's in his stuck in his own thoughts, I guess, is what we'll say. So he's just looking directly into the middle distance. Right now, I'm gonna. I guess he comes a kind of a sort of a triangle. Remember me telling you about shapes, children? Yes, we're working on shapes again. Shapes are very important. And in the actual picture, I mean, his shoulders come to about here. It's a cartoon, so we'll have it a bit more, shall we? Bring his arm round, great clubbing fist, and there's the other one. Exaggerated clubbing fist. And his legs, I'm going to have him like this. My dad always used to say, legs are too short. I did a video on that. I did a video on most things. Right, so that's what we got here. I'm now going to do the back muscles, just get those in. And then I will have a massive shoulders because I don't think Hulk's shoulders were ever drawn quite big enough. So I'm going to draw them bigger. And like I said, the videos are going to be a little bit shorter because they're just getting out of control. Sometimes it's going to be unavoidable. I'm going to have to draw them, like when I do the cartoon strips, the cartoon strip videos, if I drew ... and then whichever video it was. My God, can you hear the helicopter out there? It's the private school again. Yes, we've talked about the private school before, haven't we? Where they come and pick their children up in a helicopter. Is that your helicopter, Charmondley? No, mine's a blue one. But, yeah, that'll be in the background. So I'm sorry if you can hear that. There's not a great deal I can do about it. I think one of the last times I think we discussed it then, it was actually King Charles. He came by and he stopped at the private school because they were flying off somewhere and he was cut short. He needed the loo. So now the toilets in Christ College have got by royal appointment written on them. I don't blame them. Okay, now his chest here. There you go. And this will be coming up slightly because his arm has gone out, so it's slightly up like that, and maybe we'll have a bit of a muscle around there. I don't know. We come to his trousers. Now in the movie they're just torn at the bottom here, but in the old days when I used to read the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, it was very much like Tarzan. There was a few, it was like hanging down like that almost. And then we work off his leg, very thick. I don't know what the muscles are. I never went to anatomy class. And a few toes. And the same over here. We're almost done. We're almost done. Now there's a bit more to do here because we got. I did mention in the introduction that it's going to look like you're going to think that he was there. Thor was there, but all of a sudden it disappeared. And how am I going to do that? Well, that's the next bit. Incidentally, do you like the introductions when I'm coming from the countryside, out and about and around me? I quite like that. I do more of them. Also, I'll just work on the hand a bit more. Do you like the new thumbnails for the videos? I've been working hard at getting some kind of a consistency in the look that I've got for my videos, and I quite like the idea of these thumbnails all looking the same. Dixon on Dixon on and all this sort of stuff. Dixon looks at, or Dixon does this, or Dixon flies again. It's very much taken from Mad Magazine, like, you know, Dave Berg's Eye View, and Don Martin looks at, and all this sort of stuff. Yeah. So there you go. So there's the impact thing, the zigzaggy impact thing that I was talking about. Maybe not quite so sure about that hand, that fist. Yeah, they need to be more connected, don't they? Yeah, that's it, a bit better. So we'll have it like that. Never had trouble drawing a fist before. Boom. I think his fist was a different... Actually, no, his fist was a different way. No, that's what it was. His fist was facing... Yes, his fist was... It was sort of... Ooh. No, I'm not happy. Oh, dearie me, I'm having a terrible time here. We will get this right. Right, think. Yeah, I am going to stick to what it was before. I think basically I'm happy with this. There you go. And I put a little few dots here. I never know what these are. They're like dust motes, I get, or moots, or however you pronounce it. And yeah, and I'm also going to draw a couple of teeth. It's also a good way of showing that someone was once there. And although in the films Thor didn't wear the helmet much, he certainly wasn't in this particular scene, my image of Thor is always of the winged helmet. So I'm going to draw a winged helmet. I will do a few little lines up around here. Shade. Now this is where he was standing, so just remember that he was standing there. It has to be, because that's where the impact is. So we'll draw little lines so as we know. And also I'm going to draw think about this one. Yeah, that's it. I'm also using the classic Jack Kirby boots. He had these like knee-length boots, didn't he? So I'm going to draw those, the classic Thor. So I'm using a little bit of artistic license here to do that. Yeah, another one here. No, yeah, actually, that's all right. Yeah. So we got that, and then we'll have a. She's out of there, so we'll do a little dust cloud here, and thump. So this is what I mean by he was in the picture and now he's not. And to finish it all off, we'll have a circle there, sort of an oval shaped circle, and we'll do a few of his hammer heads. Was hammer, using the circle and bending the hammer as well. You see, like I'm bending it here. And then the handle. I'll do that, and boom, 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 boom. A few of these little lines, a few rounded, and there you go. Smack, Hulk, thump. And if you wanted to really finish it off, I suppose you could go, just do the rough outlines, and we'll have the lettering going behind Hulk. I'll find it now. Where have I done with it? Here you go. And once again, this can all be sort of done out in black at the end. So it'll stand out a little bit more. So go thwack. And there you have it. There's your picture. Looks a bit confused here at the moment because there's a lot going on. But if you just remember that you've got to think about the action. Like the hammer's spinning around like crazy. So whereas his hammer would normally be quite solid, a bit on top like that, it's bending. It's going around in a circle. So just curve it slightly. Give it a few curves. You're just playing with reality, I guess, just like doing any kind of animation. You are literally animating the scene. And I'm fully happy with that. So I will, I think we'll have one just coming off the ground there. That's it. We'll stretch it a little bit. That's it. That'll give it a bit more room. If we stretch, one, and maybe the other one sort of up here somewhat. Stretched again. There we go. That's better. And a few of these little lines. And I have it, thwack. So that's my version. We'll get rid of this one because that's an example of what's going on. So there we go. There's my example of how I would draw that scene. It's my homage to it, really, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. It made me laugh. It still makes me chuckle. I've got it on my phone now. I'm going to keep it on there forever. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy that. We'll have the little speeded up bit now, speeded up inky bit. I'm wondering whether or not to sort of get rid of the speeded up inky bits. Whether they're actually important, whether people actually enjoy them or not, or whether you'd rather I did a proper video every now and again on me inking something, but doing it in real time, or whether you still want me to keep the speeded up bit. Let me know what you think. Right, so we'll have a little bit of a sponsorship thing now, and then we'll go on with the inking, and I will go away and think up what to do for the next video, which I hope you'll come along and enjoy with me. And until then, thank you very much for your time. It's always a pleasure to have you here and produce videos for you. If there's anything you'd like me to do or any technique you'd like to know how to do, then please don't hesitate to write it in the comments and let me know, and I'll see what I can do. And until we come to the next video, thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. But until then, bye-bye for now.
Did you enjoy the video? I sincerely hope you did. If you did enjoy the video and you'd like to support me, an excellent way is to purchase any of the books, the many books that I've written and produced over the years. There is a universal link or universal links for all of my books in the description below. A universal link just being if you were in America or Germany or France or Australia, you click on the link and it'll take you to the page that deals with your country or region. The book I'd like to talk to you about today is The Night of the Village Idiots. It's a graphic novel that takes place around a fictitious village called Sleepy Hamlet and the village idiots that live within it. The best way of describing that is for me to flick through a few pages and read the blurb at the back. So let's go and do that first, shall we? How could the removal of a family painting, a childhood fear of lightning, a storm of near-biblical proportions and the pub landlord's flu cause so much chaos? Simple. Add a dotty, half-wit lord of the manor, trap him indoors with his short-fused and volcanic wife, ignite the head cook's flatulent backside with a lightning bolt, place a moderately unhinged Bavarian in charge of the pub for the evening, allowing her to sell her own brain-melting brew to a largely unprepared pub full of eccentric nutjobs, get those same residents to challenge her to an ill-fated drinking competition, and round the evening off with the mass hypnotism of the entire pub. The villagers of Sleepy Hamlet could never be described as normal by any stretch of the imagination. But tonight, even they've excelled themselves in the ancient art of village idiotry. Did you enjoy that? Did that pique your interest? I sincerely hope it did. And if you like my humour and you like my drawing, then it's a perfect fit. Pop out there and purchase a copy. It'll be a great way of supporting me. And supporting me in ways like this enable me to continue to produce the drivel that I produce here every fortnight. The drivel you've come to love, admit it. But if you can't afford to purchase any of my books, fine. Another great way of supporting me is to spread the word. Let as many people know about this channel as possible, and we'll grow the channel as we go along, and that also helps. That'll help me fantastically. But whatever you decide to do, you have my gratitude and thanks. So, with that in mind, thank you for your help in whichever way you can, and let's get on with a spot of inking, shall we? Yes, let's do that.